Hey, I'm Liv, and I decided to try out Sucreabeille, an indie perfume brand. During this pandemic, I've tried to direct more of my spending towards small businesses, women-owned brands, minority-owned brands. Sucreabeille was one of those. I love perfume. I love cultivating the way that I smell. So when I was researching all the different perfume brands, I decided to try this one. Something that seems to set them apart is not necessarily related to their brand, but that they promote other brands too. They have an indie marketplace. So I was able to place an order and get some of their perfume and a different brand as well. But today we're going to talk about them. I placed an order and got 5 samples. I also got 1 bonus scent of their choosing. I sniffed them all initially, wrote down my thoughts about them. Then I wore each scent independently for a full day and wrote down my thoughts about that. If you'd like to jump to any specific point in the video, all the timestamps will be down below. Or you can keep watching and we're gonna go right into my first impressions. So my order arrived, yippee, and I'm super excited to open it. It's like 10:30 at night, but I want to open it. I want to give this stuff a sniff because they're having their anniversary sale. So I'm like, ooh, if something is super amazing, maybe I'll snag it with a special deal. So we're gonna open this up and see what it looks like. Okay, so just to preface this, we're gonna do a first impression. I'm gonna give everything a sniff. I'm gonna take notes. Then I'm gonna do a wear test. I'm gonna work out what I feel about them. And then I'm gonna put together my final opinions on each scent that I got. Let's open it up. First things first, Sucreabeille. We'll go with that. We love you. I think this is a sticker. Cute. Not really my aesthetic, but meh. Thank you for ordering. I hope you love everything. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, and then handwritten on the back. Olivia, thank you so much for your order with us. We appreciate you, the Suc team. Cute. Nice touch. And then everything is nicely wrapped in paper. Let's destroy this. Bubble wrap. Cool, cool, cool. All right. I'm liking this. Nice little gold bag with a couple drams, I guess they're called. I don't know. And then the Strange South. Now, I can't entirely remember. Right. Okay. Ugh. I totally forgot. They have like a whole indie marketplace, so I jumped on 5 vials of this other indie brand, the Strange South. I'm gonna put this aside and we're gonna do a whole separate wear test on this and give it the time that it deserves. Let's get started with this. These samples are quite a bit larger, I think. They're wider, so that might just be a trick of the eye. Let's see what we have first. This is so exciting. This is what I was most excited about. Sea Glass. This was the most recommended for my sort of scent profile. Ah, these are really easy to open. You just unscrew them. They pop out really nicely. It smells incredibly familiar. It smells like guava. Really smells like guava. Guava first, then coconut, pawpaw, maybe a tiny little bit of mango, but it's got that sort of gritty smell of guava. All right, I'm wearing a whole bunch of perfumes, so I probably shouldn't do this. I'm gonna just touch the cap of this to my wrist that has nothing on it. Just a little, just for me, because this is a scent I was so interested to meet. Let's see what's next. Next we have Mother of Dragons. I really like how easy these are to open. Much easier than Alchemia. Oh, that's weird. You know what this? It's really interesting because it's so far they're all evoking something quite strongly. Oh, by all I mean both of them. This one smells like a new corset. If you've ever got a new corset, like the leather that hasn't been broken in, it smells like fresh leather, but not a leather jacket. Maybe a leather jacket, I guess. Normally I bought my leather jackets from thrift stores, so they smell of other things. It's really, really interesting smell. So far, I'm intrigued by how unique these scents are. I don't love either of them, but I'm intrigued. Let's see what's next. This is fun. Captain Moonlight. Ooh! I can't remember the description of this one, but I know I was excited. Huh. Intriguing. It smells a lot more floral than I was expecting. And it's a scent that I'm very familiar with, but I can't recall. Like maybe honeysuckle or something, but very, very much a deep of night kind of scent, like honeysuckle at night. Something like that. And it seems like I have 7. I thought I got 5, but maybe I got some extras or I got freebies or something. This is Libertine. Excited. Ha! Oh, God, I love it. But I don't know what it is. Oh my God. It's sweet. It's like the scent of coffee, but in another room. I can't figure out what the other smell is. Like a slight spice, maybe? It's just bewitching. I love that. Oh, whew. I'm sniffing Sea Glass right now on my wrist, and now it smells more like mango, like a Bath and Body Works mango body cream that I had at one point, which is less exciting. But Libertine, all right. Rainbow Bridge. This must be a freebie. Cough medicine. I think I've heard people talk about this, like candy. I smell cough medicine, like a titch of licorice. Not my jam. Due South. This one was recommended by, I think her name is Andrea, the owner. I described what I was looking for. It felt like it might be too metaphysical for me, too witchy. So I'm very intrigued. I think it smells too witchy for me. If you like a witchy kind of scent, this would definitely be your jam. Like it's very layered with sweet herbs and spices, and like you've been casting spells in your attic and lighting fires and stuff. Okay, that's all of those sniffed. I'm super intrigued. I can't wait to wear them all, give them a good test, and then we're gonna come back with my final thoughts. I'm very excited to give my final thoughts. So let's get right into it. First things first, we have Rainbow Bridge. First sniffs smell like cough medicine with just a titch of licorice. I gave it a 2 out of 10. On my skin, it oddly devolves immediately into a baby powder scent, and I smell little else. 2 out of 10. This was the bonus scent that they sent me, the mystery scent. Next, we have Mother of Dragons. Man, was I disappointed in this one. Just based on the name, I wanted it to smell good. At first sniffs, it was like fresh leather, like a new corset. You know what I mean? I gave it a 6 out of 10. On my skin, and even just holding the bottle, it is hideous. It is absolutely hideous. I'm having a hard time just having this close to me right now. It smells like I was in a factory where they're making new cars and I accidentally got shut into one of the cars and the leather was cheap and plasticky and hot, and then they baked the car to 180 degrees or something and I'm trapped inside there. It smells like what that leather would smell like. My face is pressed right against it. It is horrendous. Some people seem to really love the scent. I don't know. Processed plasticky leather, pungent in an enclosed space. Ugh. 1 out of 10. No question. I'm gonna let this mellow just to see what happens to it, but I would throw it away. I don't want it near anything. I don't want anything to smell like this. Next we have Sea Glass. This was the one I was most excited about. This was what everyone had recommended to me because I love tropical scents. At first sniff, I smell guava, pawpaw, mango, maybe just a tiny bit of coconut, but it's very heavy on the guava. You know, that sort of grainy scent. I gave it a 7 out of 10. On my skin, it just trails off into a faintly mango scented body lotion kind of thing, like something I get from Bath & Body Works. Very faint, kind of cheap, disappointing. Would still make a fine body butter though. 3 out of 10. Captain Moonlight. At first sniff, it smells like honeysuckle in the deep of night. It's very floral and dark and mysterious. 7 out of 10. On my skin, it drifts off into a sort of mainstream kind of scent with a slightly floral top note. 5 out of 10. Due South. At first sniff, it smells like sweet herbs and spices as though you've been casting spells in your attic. 3 out of 10. On my skin, the spice is mellow and the sweetness stays. It's not terrible, but it's definitely more witchy and metaphysical than my jam. If this is the kind of scent that you like, this is the best one that I've smelt in a while. It's very whole. All the spices come together very nicely and it's sweet, not too pungent, not too head shoppy, but definitely spicy, herby, witchy. Not my jam. 3 out of 10. And now we've come to the final fragrance, my favorite, Libertine. At first sniff, it's the strangest thing. It's the smell of coffee in another room. It's sweet, delicious coffee, but there's other fragrances in between you and the coffee, but it is very mild, very subtle, too subtle. I want this to be stronger. I want it to be more, but it's definitely simple. Coffee, vanilla, but not too sweet. There's something about this fragrance. I'll tell you now, I've already purchased this in a rollerball. I want to smell like this. I want to smell like this. It's delicious and it's simple, and the only failing is that it's not enough. So I'm going to get a whole bunch and just pour it all over myself. First sniff, it's bewitching. 9 out of 10. On my skin, it's extremely subtle, luscious vanilla and coffee, still faint in another room, but it's like it's calling to you. It's delicious. I'm gonna smell some now. It's absolutely delicious. I suddenly feel like the vanilla could strengthen as a smell. It was like it almost feels stronger than when I last smelt it. But delicious. This was my only success. So my thoughts about Sucreabeille overall. I only got 6 cents. When I tried Alchemia, I got 13 cents. So I feel like I do need to try more of Sucreabeille to get a full understanding of their brand. I went a lot with what other people had recommended to me. Mother of Dragons and Due South were 2 that were recommended to me, and those were the most unpleasant to me. Rainbow Bridge was the random one that they threw in my box, and that was also a terrible one for me. So I feel like if I properly curated some picks, perhaps I'd have better success. One of the ones that I specifically picked was Libertine, and this is the one that I have ordered already. It's fantastic. It's lovely. I can't wait to smell like this. So here's the deal too. They have an option on their website that you can select perfume oil or eau de parfum. I didn't notice this, so I selected perfume oil. I mean, maybe I did notice it and I just thought that would be stronger. I can't even remember. It wasn't really a consideration. I've since discussed with people, and apparently the eau de parfum is stronger. That's what I'm hoping, because that's what I got Libertine in. I want this to be stronger. I want it to be more noticeable and more long wearing. If the perfume oils are any indication, then I would have to say that these perfumes are not long wearing at all. Libertine will literally fade on me in half an hour, which is very sad. Some of the other scents do stay longer, but in comparison to other brands that I've tried, these are not particularly long wearing overall. Many of the scents seem to be quite simplistic. Libertine was vanilla and coffee, Rainbow Bridge was cough syrup and licorice, Sea Glass was mostly mango, for example. Due South, however, is quite a complex scent. It's got a lot of spices put together, but none of the scents that I've tried are particularly overwhelming in their complexity. Mother of Dragons, I wish there was something else other than leather in there. It's anything to fix that, I don't know. Overall, I will definitely be trying Sucreabeille again. I did not at this time want to place a big sample order and try a bunch of other ones, but I'm definitely tempted. Their fragrances are lovely, simple, pretty, and wearable. However, I would certainly say that they are literal. Like Mother of Dragons, I believe that leather is stated. Let's look quickly. Yeah, so Mother of Dragons, they say it's sweet vanilla, maple butter, smoke from the village you just burnt to the ground, and decadent leather. I smell nothing but leather, so I feel like the scents are quite literal in some cases. If there is any flavor you don't like at all, flavor or scent, I would not get it. You know what I mean? Like sometimes you read a perfume and you're like, oh, they say that there's whatever in here, and I can't smell it at all. I don't know if that's the case for Sucreabeille. Like I don't smell the vanilla in Mother of Dragons, but the leather is just so horrendous. Let's see what they say about Rainbow Bridge. I gotta be honest, I kind of hate these theatrical scent descriptions. Well, I like them, but I would also like a cut and dried one next to it. So this one says, Rainbow Bridge, a patter of paws running through a field of daisies, lavender and sweet peas, marshmallow clouds pass overhead, sunflowers, warm fur, and white musk. That doesn't help me at all, and it smells like cough syrup. That's it. So it's very cute, the scent notes, they're very cute. But I would like a breakdown of just like what is making this smell like cough syrup. You know what I mean? Anyways, overall, I greatly enjoyed this. I would definitely order from them again. I had 1 success out of 6. I don't know if we call that good or bad, but this was an extremely fun experience. Their website is great. It's fun to order from, and their indie marketplace is excellent. If you are interested in purchasing from Sucreabeille, I do recommend that you go join their Facebook group, which is literally called Sucreabeille. It has about 6,000 members, and it is super prolific. They post often, but it's interesting things, and if you have any questions about scents, you can ask and literally just get flooded with answers. That's pretty cool. Anyways, I had a great time with this. I hope you enjoyed watching this and sharing this experience with me. If you did, please be sure to give us a like, click subscribe, and hit the notification bell. If you've had any experience with Sucreabeille, please do share your thoughts down below. If you have any favorite scents, I would love to know about them. Any recommendations for my next purchases, please let us know. And if you have any thoughts on other indie perfume brands, let us know down below. This is a cool experience. I love the idea of supporting indie brands as opposed to like a giant perfume conglomerate, and it certainly gives you access to a more unique scent experience. Thank you so much for spending your time with me. I hope wherever you are, you're having the best day that you possibly can. Be kind to the people around you, and thanks for hanging out.